Welcome back, everybody, to the Pokemon SoulSilver playthrough. This is part 29, and we are hustling on over to the Goldenrod radio tower. I believe it is actually my business, because I'm here to take you jerk faces down. If you're not going to battle me, then get out of my way. I love how that guy says the same exact thing. It's the Team Rocket music! Something tells me I'm at the right place. Or maybe not. No one can visit the tower now. Interesting. Well, I wonder why that is. Hey, jerk face, move out of the way. I'm going to take you down if you don't. Get out of the way. Fluffer! Fluffer will do so many horrible things to you if you don't get out of the way. Uh-huh. Well then, battle me. The cool black uniform. And then it hit me. I was sitting there like, wait a minute. I had actually had this spoiled, even though it's not really too much of a spoiler. It actually helped me. Somebody mentioned that you can go and dress up as a Team Rocket member in the Goldenrod underground tunnel, where you go to take the pictures. And I love how I say that as it's happening. And yes, this Team Rocket member will just assume that you're a newcomer. Apparently he's not seen me before. And apparently I'm just going to undress right in front of him. Not weird at all. Okay, I probably will. Hey, look at me. I'm a Team Rocket dude. Weird. This is my lifelong dream. I should have actually talked to my Pokemon. I'd love to know what they say to see you in those clothes. They'd probably be like, this is very wrong. I like that it's the black Team Rocket uniform and not the white one because, well, the white one reminds me of the silliness of Jesse and James. And the black one reminds me of the awesomeness of, well, somewhat awesomeness of Butch and Cassidy, as well as the other Team Rocket members that randomly appeared, like, that one guy that appeared in Pokemon Forever, that really badass guy that had the Sneasel. Yeah. Oh, what the? Okay, so he's gonna let me by, but then Zero, thanks a lot, Zero, you jerk face, had to come and ruin everything. What the? Don't look at me. No, I'm not Anthony, I swear. You shouldn't wear those things. Whoop, 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 whoop. Magical transformation. I love how I was wearing my clothes under those clothes. Freaking weird. Oh, okay, now he wants to battle with me. Well, Fluffer is going to do so many horrible things to you. You and your two Pokemon are dead. Alright, go ahead and send out your Eradicate. My level 30 Fluffer is going to absolutely destroy you with, eventually, with doing stuff. Mega Drain! Mega Drain in your Eradicate's HP. Yeah, go ahead and use Scary Face. Let's see if I care. Jerk! Got you with that one. Yeah, Super Speeding, of course, because we've already seen Eradicate. Eradicate! I can't remember what Eradicate's voice sounded like. We're gonna have Red Ranger out, Drain Punch that sucker. Sort of like Mega Drain, except it's a punch, and super effective. Alright, I am too powerful, you know, I get that quite a lot. I love he just runs away. Oh my god! There's somebody coming in! This is... Lance, yeah, that's his name. It's amazingly how... it's amazing how you forgot about him after he completely owned you. Weird, you know, you'd think you remember something like that. Fluffer, what do you have to say about this? He's surveying the area. God, he's better than a sentry gun, I say. Hey, it's a Jigglypuff. Aw, Jigglypuff sounds sad. Yeah, why would they want to take over the radio tower? All those silly Team Rockets and their silly ideals and their silly criminal organization. Organizatia. I think I said that right. Organizatia. Anyway, so yeah. Another rocket fight. Battle. Whatever you want to call it. This guy just has tons of Rattatas. And I got tons of shoutouts. So let's get to those shoutouts. Hampus745 says, I remember in like 4th grade in Sweden, and all of the guys in class sat in this small room playing Pokemon Ruby. At the time, I was trying to catch Groudon, and when I did, the whole room screamed, yeah! And then my teacher came in and wondered what the hell happened. I can just imagine that, you know, everybody just like screaming their heads off, and the teacher comes in and he's like, what? Anyway, what do we got? Kingdom Hearts 1626 says, well, my favorite moment in Pokemon was in HeartGold, when I was just hanging around surfing from New Barktown. Oh, surfing east from New Barktown, because there were love discs spawning in there. After I failed an attempt to catch one, I get a shiny love disc. Gasp. Dun dun dun. Also, my favorite Pokemon is Jolteon. Oh yeah! And he actually typed that. I don't know what kind of voice he was thinking, like, in his head. I got voices in my head. Anyway, when he was typing that, you know, I was thinking, like, Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah! I can't ever do that. I'm sorry, my voice just does not go that deep. Alright, so female Rocket Grunt, she's got a fancy Arbok. That's actually not the first one that we've seen. We actually saw Team Rocket Executive Ariana had one. And yeah, I mean, this is just, I think this is the same lady that we saw in the Slowpoke Well, you know, the Jessie ripoff. Yeah. Who are you? I'm playing with Maui, aka Anthony. Check out my videos and subscribe. Thank you. Alright then. Fancy Team Rocket member just spinning around. I wonder if he's the same guy that was in the Kimono Girls house. The dance theater, that's what it's called. The guy just spinning around. Oh, I'll show you a dance. He just spins around like an idiot. My Sweet Lord 47 says, greatest moment? Probably when I was 6. I was playing Pokemon Gold when the battery was just about dead. I had already beaten the game. I had about 100 Pokemon and my Typhlosion was level 100. I seriously thought he was level 112 or something, but whatever. The battery died and I lost everything. I haven't played it since. And my favorite Pokemon? Either Typhlosion or Poliwrath. So apparently Team Rocket's trying to make a comeback, but you know what? I'm just here to smack him down. You know? Smack him down to size. And tell him that, no, this is wrong. You shouldn't be doing this. Scaring people and stuff. So yeah, the thing about the battery, you know, Gold, Silver, and Crystal versions were implanted with a battery that kept track of the time. Amazingly, also tied to the save file as well in your game, and this is the first muck of the playthrough. God's sake. That thing has always been so freaky and so gigantic, and it's always had just a gigantic mouth as well. I remember his sprite in the first generation, and I think one of the other generations, he had his hand out, and like it looked like he was trying to grab, but at the same time his fingers were down, and it looked like he was like a gangster or something. You know, it was like, what up, G? Yo, my name is Muck. How you doing? And your Pokemon just sitting there like, lol, what? Alright, so Air Cutter trying to take down this Muck. I think it has pretty solid defenses, actually, so I decided to confuse it as well. Even though Golbat is unbelievably useful here, as well as any ground-type Pokemon, because of their resistance to poison. Golbat itself cannot get poisoned, and while Team Rocket members have tons of poison Pokemon with poison-type attacks that will poison non-poison-type Pokemon. Regardless of that, I'm going to be switching out, making sure everybody's around the same level. Going to get Fluffer, a little action here. Haha. So yeah, the batteries basically, they were meant to last, they were like watch batteries. They were meant to last for about 6 years, which is, it's alright. But then around, you know, 2005 and 2006, everybody's batteries started drying up and dying out. And yeah, it became like a huge epidemic. But, you know, by then, the third generation was already well into its lifetime. And the fourth generation was around the corner as well. But, I mean, you know, people still love the second generation like me, and they wanted to get their games back. So basically, like, the best thing to do, well, was to go to, like, a Radio Shack or something, and and give them the battery. There was actually instructions on how to open the cartridge and remove the battery, and then you take the battery to, like, Radio Shack or someplace else that would have such things, show them the battery, and they would give you a replacement, and then you can basically just put the new battery in there, and you're good to go for another 6 years. Alright. Yeah, he did take me too lightly, because I'm just awesome like that. What did the other Team Rocket members say? Like, I'm too strong or something? Anyway, a random time skip, because I decided to run back and go to the Pokemon Center to heal, but I'm back already, so that was one heck of a fast trip. It's like I go down the stairs, then I come back up, and the Team Rocket member that's there is like, oh, you're back already? That's fast. Alright then. So this guy's meant to crush anyone who challenges Team Rocket. Well, I'm challenging. Go ahead and try to crush me if you dare. Alright then, so he's got another coughing. I mean, well, I say another coughing because we've already seen one of these. Hellish Tomato. Oh, and also, total props, total thumbs up to My Sweet Lord 47 for saying their favorite Pokemon, Typhlosion. Love Typhlosion. I can say without a doubt, you know, even though I'm a very indecisive person, and I've said many times I don't really have favorites, and I can't pick favorites, and I'm terrible at picking favorites. I think my favorite Pokemon is most definitely Typhlosion. Triple exclamation point! I love that. Alrighty then. So we got another Rocket member here. Hellish Tomato says, my favorite memory is when my Gengar single-handedly beat my cousin's level 100 Dragon team by getting extremely lucky with Hypnosis and Dream Eater. And my favorite Pokemon is Gengar. What a surprise. First wheezing of the playthrough. My god, this thing is such a freak of nature. It really is. Look at that. It's two Coughings bodies fused together. And one of them happens to be absolutely gigantic, while the other one is tiny. Weird. Did like the big one like inflate with gas or something, and the other one was just like, maybe it just like sucked out all the gas of the little one, you know? Because they are bonded by that weird, like, circular thing behind them. It's just weird. It's like Mewtwo, you know what? Like it has like two necks. Ah, why? I didn't even realize until like recently that it was actually two necks, and it was like, oh god. I thought it was just like a weird like tube thing in the back of its head. No, god, that makes it so horrible. What is Mewtwo called? No, not the atrocious Pokemon. That's Gyarados. Oh god. Now I have to look this up. Oh man, it's something like that. It's something like atrocious or genetic something. What is it? Oh, it's just the genetic Pokemon. I swear that it was like something called like the genetic freak Pokemon. I don't know. I'm just weird. Alright then. Interesting. So this girl, I'm gonna pray it's a girl, is absolutely obsessed. Okay, yes it is. With Executive Proton, who happens to be here. Alright then. It's a bit of a foreshadowing, a little bit of a spoiler that Executive Proton is back. Ever since he got destroyed in the Slowpoke well. I would have actually not minded if you saw the executives a little bit more than just twice in the game, you know? But oh well. Anyway, where was I? I was about to like, start reading off Mewtwo's bio. I think everybody knows about that. Oh So Dan O says, my favorite Pokemon is Slowbro. Bro, the chillest of all Pokemon. I like that, you know? Never really thought about it that way, even though Slowbro has like, you know, such a goofy, far away 1,000-yard stare look. Wow, that's just rude. God, who cares about Pokemon? Well, I do. That's why you get destroyed, jerk lady. Anyway, I like Slowking a lot better, you know. It doesn't look as goofy or silly. And it's pretty awesome, I think. So sad that won't be possible. Well, you know, if that's what helps you sleep at night, you're more than welcome to think that. But I'm going to show you why that's not right. And in the meantime, Elite Spy Film says, when I was playing Pokemon with my friend, we got to the champion, and on both of our last Pokemon, my friend used self-destruct and destroyed us all. I didn't save for about 2 gyms, angry face. I'm just wondering, how the heck did they play it together? Did they just, like, alternate turns or something? Because Pokemon is not exactly a 2-player game. And my favorite Pokemon would have to be Shelder? Shelder! For God's sake. The Skill Link Spamming Pokemon. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. That evolves into the highly inappropriate looking Cloyster. I will never get over that, you know? It's just like, you know, you notice, I said this before, as you get older, you just notice things. You notice, like, subliminal messages and hidden things and inappropriate things. And, you know, you look back on, like, the shows that you used to watch as a kid, and you notice all the innuendo, and you just think, my God, did I actually watch that? It's so weird, you know, like, I would watch, like, I actually watched recently, like, some of the cartoons that I would watch as a kid. Like, I watched the Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3, and, oh my God, I cannot believe how corny it was, but it was so, when I watched it, it was so fun, and it was fun, you know, to watch the Mario Bros. And, you know, a TV series. It was cool, but at the same time, it's like, you know, ha ha ha, you know, at some points. Anyway. So, Porygon is using Conversion, and I believe Conversion 2. Now, basically what that does, Conversion 2 is, it will transform itself into something that's super effective to the last type, oh God, Charge Beam, to the last type of attack that you used. So basically I used Fighting type, and it turned into the Ghost type, which would actually make it immune from Fighting type attacks. And apparently it also makes it resistant to Bug type attacks. Now, regular Conversion, I believe it transforms you into something that would be super effective against your Pokemon. I love that. I love that animation. That's really cool. Now it transformed into the Fire type, so I'm going to nail it with another Drain Punch. get to alternate. See, this is why it's very convenient to have 2 different types of attacks. Just in case something like this happens. Oh, for God's sake. See, now you're just getting annoying. And I figured, well, you know, it transformed into fire type, and I think I have somebody who can deal with that. Oh, yeah, blah. Hopefully, though, it doesn't use, hopefully, to stop a gay burn. Oh, yeah, okay, so it failed because I think that turn I didn't actually hit it with something. I think that's why it failed. Surfing! Surfing all over you! Styling on that fool! Genderless Porygon. Who do you think you are? I like Porygon 2. Porygon Z? Weird, okay? It doesn't really look much like Porygon. It's so weird because, like, when Porygon evolves into Porygon 2, it looks less like Porygon. And amazingly, when it evolves into Porygon Z, it looks even less like Porygon 2. It's just like a floating body with 2 floating arms right next to it. What's up with that? Anyway, Chiley says, my favorite memories are buying the first Pokemon game ever, buying my first Pokemon game ever, Fire Red. Also, when I beat Cynthia for the first time, I screamed very loud and I was home alone and outside, so my neighbors phoned me to see if I was not kidnapped or something. Oh, God. Crazy. That's actually hilarious. Are you alright? You're not kidnapped, are you? No. Oh, okay. Anyway. Oh, what the? That's not the executive of the director at all. That's Executive Petrel. Petrel, you jerkface. You are going to get it now. Unfortunately, though, Petrel has become a lot more annoying since the last time we faced him. He has a bunch of, well, I'm just going to spoil this, a bunch of coughing and wheezing that all have one very powerful poison-type attack. Sludge Bomb. Yeah. And self-destruct, apparently. For God's sake. Yeah, now here comes wheezing. Now, this is basically the reason why I super sped this, this part. This part of the video gets really, really, really annoying. Now, he's got Sludge, okay? You think that does enough damage? Of course not. No, so he's going to do it again, right? So he's going to keep doing it. Now his blah is poison. You know, that's just great. It's great, right? No, it's actually not. Thank God, though, Lantern is pretty much like a tank. Absolute water-type electric tank. It's got tons of HP. Taking me absolutely forever to take down that wheezing. Nearly KO'd Fireball. Nearly KO'd Blah. Ridiculous. And so it's gonna keep using Sludge. Oh, right, regular Sludge. Sorry, I said Sludge Bomb, but I meant just regular Sludge. That attack is just way too powerful for these Pokemon. I don't know why, but it just is. So I figured the best choice was to go with Golbat again. Of course, resistance and immunity to poison attacks and poison ailment, respectively. Yeah, I really had to think about that in my head. Alright then. I think about thoughts in my head. That's just weird. Alright. So, Eric's just gonna spam Air Cutter at the same time that he's spamming Sludge at me. So, you know what? Bats in video games is just absolutely showing his heart, showing his absolute resolve to take down these annoying friggin' coughings. Of course he has to have 6 Pokemon. Of course they have to have all the same attacks. Of course they all have to be powerful. You know, this is just, no. I don't approve of this at all. Oh, thank God, Wrestling. Thank God for you. Okay, good. Please do tell me where he... What the... Wow. I remember I actually sat there and I was so shocked because one of my most favorite Pokemon is here. Finally. It's Crobat. Yes, please. Ah, God. That was the, like I said, since the beginning of getting a Zubat, that was the entire point I got a Zubat. Oh my God, I wanted Crobat so bad. I love Crobat. It's like like I've said before, it's pretty much one of the only bats in video games that I can actually stand. Aside from, like, I don't know, who else is a bat? I don't know, Rouge the Bat, I guess? I mean, she's not that annoying. So yeah, Crobat, what do you have to say to this? Oh, what's wrong? Oh, God. Oh, that's right, yeah, Crobat is kind of low on HP. That's probably why he's about to fall over. Hey, look! Spoilers, spoilers! It's Ariana. Ariana's here, too. So all 3 of the Rocket executives that we have faced are indeed in this radio tower. Petrel, Ariana, and Proton. John. Yeah, I went there. Alright. So we are moving on and not doing anything about the poisoning because I'm pretty much heading straight to the Pokemon Center anyway. So it'd pretty much be a waste of an antidote. And yeah, I believe I said before the reason why I don't use antidotes like, you know, so suddenly like I used to was because I sort of fixed that problem where the game crashed on me that one time. Alright, so Rasslin no longer poisoned. I love that though, that they cannot faint anymore, no matter how long they've been poisoned. I think the reason why they did that was because you can actually glitch it and have all of your Pokemon fainted. If your last Pokemon is poisoned and it faints, then you automatically just black out in the middle of nowhere. So that's it for this part of this Pokemon SoulSilver playthrough. Join me in part 30. We're going to go outside and see what Crobat actually thinks about this. What do you think about this, Bats of Video Games? Ah, well, hopefully he'll find it in the next part. See you all next time. In space.